Hat-trick hero Bruno Fernandes takes Manchester United into the quarter-final of the Europa League. And what did I say on my road trip? Positive vibes only. Premier League? No. FA Cup? No. Every other competition? Manchester United have failed. But the Europa League is ours and we will win this trophy. Honestly, I can feel it. Tonight, 4 goals at Old Trafford. Yes, Sociedad had a man sent off, but I actually think even besides that, before that, apart from the first 10-20 minutes, this was the best performance under Ruben Amorim so far. You can see some players are growing in confidence and some players really stood out tonight. Patrick Dorgu, it was really nice to see him play and he looks like he's progressing already. Such an exciting game from him, especially second half. Aiden Heaven, what a start in Manchester United's most important game of the season. Confidence from the manager and he repaid him. I'm so excited for what he's got to give to Manchester United in the future. He looks like the truth. He genuinely does. I'm so excited for him. Bruno Fernandes, how many times I'm going to say it? Ricky, get on that plane, come back to Manchester from Spain and come here on the United stand again with me and tell me to my face that Bruno Fernandes is the problem. Please tell me to my face that Bruno Fernandes is the problem, because he's not. Okay, yeah, we're 14th. Okay, yes, I get it. We're not at the heights we need to be. But how anyone can look at that team and say, I know who's the problem, it's Bruno. Everyone can raise the levels. Bruno himself, if you haven't watched it already, go and check out the United Stand's interview with Bruno Fernandes post-game. It's on the channel now. Go and check that out. Bruno Fernandes holds so much accountability, responds to the keen criticism, and he's a brilliant talker, and I think, again, shows why he's captain of this club. Everybody can do better, but he provides over and over again. I feel like he's the only player in the last 12 years that has actually, give something to this club, thoroughly give something. One of the signings post Fergie that has shined brightly, and he continues to do that even though this team has been suffering. He spoke about Ruben Amorim and the future under Ruben Amorim, but tonight I thought we saw a little glimpse of it. We saw the team together and we saw some players really shining. Even Rasmus Højlund, who has had a really tough time recently, all he needed in today's performance was a goal. All he needed was a goal. I thought his overall performance was much improved. He missed some chances, but he was in and around the box. He was looking lively. He made some great runs, and he set up Dalot really nicely for that 4th goal. I thought he worked really well with Joshua Zirkzee. I said, actually, before the game that I think Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund have started to work together a lot better. A lot of people are criticising Rasmus Højlund right now, but that runs he makes off the last defender, Zirkzee can often find him. And Joshua Zirkzee, wow, I think that's an example of why you shouldn't judge a player straight away and you've got to allow them to adapt to the team. I mean, I'm not getting carried away. It's Real Sociedad in the Europa League. I get where we are in the Prem. But there's something to hold on to for the future with this Manchester United side. There's some youth there where you think, you know what, in the future, you could be something for us. And Joshua Zirkzee is one of them players. He really is. I mean, when he first signed, I was like, not so sure. Then I was like, you know what? Looks like a bit of a baller. Then I was like, I'm not so sure again. But he just keeps growing in confidence. I think physically, he looks miles better. He's coping with the intensity better. But technically on the football, he is class. He's the reason why we had somebody sent off today. He is the reason for that, because that through ball was fantastic. And it was very similar to the through ball he put through for Alejandro Garnacho. Was it last game or maybe the game before that? And Alejandro Garnacho should have done better with it. Joshua Zirkzee, when he has the ball and he's on the turn, Ronald Koeman, come to Manchester. You could have my season ticket for the day, not for the whole season. Don't get carried away. Well, if we continue like we are, maybe for the whole season. But you can have my season ticket and you come and watch Joshua Zirkzee. All of this, he's not great at turning with the ball. He's growing in confidence, and I do think there's a play there, not as a number 9, but as a number 10. I still stand by the fact Bruno and Ahmad are the only players of the quality to be starting for a competitive Manchester United side, competitive towards the top of the league right now. But Zirkzee showed glimpses. Rasmus Højlund showed glimpses today. And I think that's something that United fans can hold on to moving into the later stages of the season, because the Prem's wrote off. I said Leicester on Sunday, couldn't really care. To me, the Premier League is now pre-season. It is now pre-season. We're not going to get relegated. And of course, you want to get as high up the table as you can for that prize money. But I doubt we're even going to get top half of the table. We're just not. So Europa League, that's where all of our eggs are in that basket. And this team now, they have pushed us on to have something to hope for, something to play for, something to fight for, something to start your week thinking, Manchester United can win a trophy at the end of this year. Manchester United could be playing in the Champions League. I was watching PSG Liverpool. I was watching Bayern Munich versus Leverkusen. I was watching Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid and I was thinking, could you imagine if Manchester United got into the Champions League next year with a format that I think is a much improved format and is super exciting? Like, we've not had that kind of excitement in years and we need it. And yes, this team isn't good enough yet to compete in that competition and get to them later stages, but who knows what a pre-season and some signings can do. Things can change very quickly in football and I do trust in Ruben Amorim as a coach. And today I actually thought he got it. I think he got it spot on. I think we started the game very nervous. I think we started the game quite shaky. It's something we need to work on. I just think sometimes this Manchester United side, like Ruben Amorim said before, they don't trust themselves. They let Old Trafford swallow them up sometimes. I think Bruno Fernandes is one of the only players who doesn't let him affect him. A lot of these players, Old Trafford gets on their backs and they get nervous, but when they actually just play, like Ruben Amorim said, in training, they seem better. In the games, they seem nervous. When they just play and get into the flow of the game and there's less pressure, they look better. Against teams that were not expected to win, we look better. And then tonight, when it went down to 10 men, we looked a lot more relaxed. Obviously, you're down to 10 men, so that's going to make a difference. But still, sometimes when teams go down to 10 men, they get super defensive, super compact, and it can actually be even harder to score. Like, it can be. Look at what we did at the Emirates away. We did that. But tonight, we took it in our stride, and there was a couple of nervy moments, like a couple, but nothing to write home about. And I thought Manchester United created some really good chances. I thought we actually played some really good football. Garnacho drove the ball up the pitch. I still think his final product needs to be better, but he got a good assist in there. Rasmus Højlund got an assist for Dalot. That chop was lovely. And Bruno Fernandes, he just knows how to find the back of the net. Penalties were sublime. Cole Palmer, he's meant to be the penalty king. He's missing. Bruno Fernandes, can't remember the last time he missed a pen. Absolute top captain. And that goal that he scored when it got passed through to him, just hit it first time. It was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. So where would Manchester United be without Bruno Fernandes? I don't know. But a couple of players that I want to pick out that I'm super excited about. Aiden Heaven, first start in a crucial game of our season. On the ball, top. Couple of nervy moments, but overall, I was super comfortable with him with the ball at his feet. I mean, Casemiro fizzed it into him and he had to deal with that. Casemiro gives me the heebie-jeebies, honestly. Like, some great passes in behind from him, but defensively on the ball, he scares the life out of me. But Aiden Heaven dealt with the situation really well. I think the fact he was driving up the pitch on that left-hand side allowed Dorgu to get higher up the pitch, which supported our attack. I thought them two together worked brilliantly. Patrick Dorgu, end product, can be a bit better, but super lively. I thought he was great tonight. Pulled the red card. Don't know what it was all about, by the way. He's telling the ref it weren't a pen. God forbid they went on and scored. I would have been looking at that like, always play for the penalty. Even if you think in the back of your head it's not a pen, you've got to play for that penalty. You've got to do everything, every ounce of your being to win the game. But overall, I thought his play was good. I thought he was looking up. I thought his passing was nice. I think he adds that dynamism to that front line. I really like his runs in behind, and he's always asking for the ball, hand in the air. And when he receives it, I think he makes some good decisions. It's just that final end product that I think can be worked on, but super exciting from him. Not being able to see him in the Premier League has been disappointing, but today I think he gave United fans a taste of what's to come. And yes, he's still young. Yes, there's areas to develop. And I know a lot of people, including myself, was watching that PSG game and saying, oh, we should have got Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes is the guy. Like, he's so good. And Nuno Mendes is. Like, Nuno Mendes is top tier. But Patrick Dorgu, we've invested in a younger talent, cheaper talent. And yes, it might take a little bit more time for him to get up to that level, but I think the foundations are there, and I think Amorim knows what he's doing with him. Other players that stood out tonight, Joshua Zirkzee, I've already spoken about him. Where do you see him? Get in the comments down below. Where do you see his future in this team? Because for me, he's absolutely a number 10. He can play at 9, but he's absolutely a number 10. And then Rasmus Højlund as well. I thought hold-up play improved a bit. His runs in behind, his movement, I think it was improved. The passages of play throughout the team, and we did play some really lovely bits of football as well in and around the box. Usually you see us rush things, making the wrong decisions. There's still a little bit of that in our game, but there was much more build-up play, there was much more patience, and it was really nice to see. And we were getting the wing-backs involved. Dalot was getting involved. Dorgu was getting involved. It was nice to see. And that back line, De Ligt, that anchor in there, defensively solid once again. Referee, I mean, his performance, I mean, how many times have you seen 4 penalties in a row over the course of a 2-legged tie? Like, it was iffy to say the least, but in the end we did benefit from it, so I am very happy with the win. And Lyon is who we face next, and I think as well as Lyon has done, and they have done well so far in the competition, I think Manchester United, we win that and we go through to the semis, go through to the final. I've seen Spurs have got through. Do they scare me a little bit? The fact they've beat us 3 times this season worries me, but Manchester United wins trophies, Tottenham Hotspur doesn't. That's what I'm going to come back to. But everyone, my man of the match tonight, let's give it quickly, was Bruno Fernandes, hat-trick hero. But there was some real positivity from some of the younger players in Aiden Heaven, in Patrick Dorgu as well, and Joshua Zirkzee. But thank you everyone for watching. Get in the comments down below. Who was your standout player tonight? What are your predictions for the rest of the competition? And we've still got stuff to fight for. We're going into April, everyone. The season continues. I'll see you on the next one.